Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books presents He Called Me Sister, a true story of finding humanity on death row by Suzanne Craig Robertson. Foreword by Helen Prigine. Preface by Bill Moyers. Narrated by Suzie Althens. Foreword. I never met Cecil Johnson, and I don't know if he was guilty of the crimes for which he was convicted and sentenced to die. What I know is that he was a human being, a person, a child of God. What I know, based on the words and actions of the person whom my beliefs, and not incidentally Christianity, are centered around, is how Jesus would have felt about execution, about a government deciding to end a person's life. What I know is that getting a trial where all the angles are explored is much less likely for a poor black man in our country. This book by Suzanne Craig Robertson helped me get to know Cecil Johnson through his writing, her memories, and accounts of the journey that her young family took when her husband Alan signed up to visit him on Tennessee's death row. And she did not even want to do it. But eventually, she did it. And like so many times, we do something we don't think is right for us. It turned out to be the thing that changed her heart, her thinking, and showed their children what showing up looks like. Alan and his family showed up. And through some mysterious power, these relationships that formed and tightened over 15 years offered hope and healing, even in the face of these seemingly unchangeable circumstances. Now, I'm not talking about Cecil's circumstances actually changing. You can already tell that didn't happen. But hearts, lives, and thinking changed. One change that occurs when you visit someone in prison is focus. The gift of presence is the best gift we have for each other. People long for people to really be present to us, not looking over our shoulder, not texting, not thinking about the next appointment. In a prison, it's so stripped down, that's all you have, is each other. It's taught me it's not just prisoners who need that. I need that too. We all desire that. It's just the two of you facing each other. It has taught me a lot about being present. To be able to be present is the best that life gives us. Spiritual depth is about to be able to be present. The book also delves into what Suzanne stumbled across way too late, that like many of the people in similar circumstances as Cecil, the playing field was a bit skewed. Through court documents and news accounts, she made some unsettling discoveries years after his death. There are long-known statistics that most inmates on every death row across the country are poor, black, and often represented by lawyers with little experience in the area. If you come from a place of privilege, like I did, and like the Robertson family did, you are going to be skeptical about this. But I promise you, the system is just not going to treat these people the same as white people with high-powered lawyers. It just doesn't. This was a hard pill for Suzanne to swallow, since she has worked with and respected lawyers and the judicial system for nearly 35 years. But it's just a fact that prosecutors will think longer and harder before seeking the death penalty against a well-positioned and well-represented defendant, as opposed to someone in a position of vulnerability. If truth doesn't come out at trial to exonerate, then chances are, if you don't have a good attorney, if they don't know the law well and don't speak out, and sometimes even if you do, you're dead. I invite you to look into it. If you are pro-death penalty, I know you would want it to be carried out correctly, fairly applied, and against the right person. But in so many states, that does not happen. For example, the American Bar Association conducted a study that looked at 93 factors to ensure that when the death penalty is applied, it is done fairly. That should take care of it, right? But in Tennessee, where Cecil was...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?